He hired my friend to strip at his bachelor party, and she's having his baby. I never thought my life could unravel this fast. I'm 30, and I've been married to my husband for 4 years, together for 10. We met young, built our whole adult lives together, and for the longest time, I thought he was my best friend. My friend Rebecca and I have been close for years too. She's 26 now and used to be a stripper, though she stopped dancing when she got married last year. We were so tight that she bought a house on my street, and our kids play together almost every day. But last week, everything started to fall apart over an offhand comment. One of my husband's friends stopped by while Rebecca was visiting. After she left, he said, "I can't believe you're still friends after the bachelor party." I asked my husband what he meant. He refused to answer. I pushed until we were screaming at each other, and finally he told me Rebecca had been the stripper at his bachelor party. I felt like I'd been punched. He'd kept it a secret for 4 years, knowing how close I was to her, knowing I trusted her in my home, around my child. In shock, I texted Rebecca that I didn't want her around anymore. She didn't reply. A whole week passed, and she still ignored me. I kept thinking, it was just her job. Maybe it was awkward, but that didn't mean she betrayed me, right? But then why did they both hide it? I couldn't stop turning it over in my head. I missed her. I felt sick. I didn't know what to believe. 2 days later, I decided to confront them separately. Rebecca told me my husband had gotten drunk that night, groped her, and when she refused him, he pushed her and yelled. She said his friends blamed her for leading him on. My husband told me a completely different story, that Rebecca tried to seduce him and performed oral sex while he was blacked out. I was numb. I didn't know who to trust. I left and went to stay with my parents. I hadn't stopped crying since the truth came out. My mind was on an endless loop. Why did he hide this for so long? Why did she? If they were both innocent, why keep it secret? My husband kept insisting he was a victim, but I've seen him drunk before. He can be mean. But I'd known him longer than Rebecca. Did that make his story more believable? And if I believed him, was I dismissing her? The guilt and confusion were crushing. But something deeper was eating at me. Why was I always the one holding everything together? I'd spent our entire marriage orbiting around him, prioritizing his feelings, his needs, his version of events. Even now, I was more worried about his reputation than my own heartbreak. Then came the final blow. The next morning, I told him I was done, that I couldn't keep living in this twisted limbo. He begged, pleaded, swore it meant nothing. But I'd had enough. I texted Rebecca to tell her I didn't want her in my life anymore. And that's when it all came out. Both of them confessed. They hadn't just hooked up that night. They'd been sleeping together behind my back for years. My husband admitted it out of spite, wanting to hurt me. Maybe Rebecca told the truth for the same reason. It got worse. Rebecca's baby, due any day, was his. I was so stunned I couldn't even cry. It was like the world had gone silent. I didn't even hesitate. I messaged Rebecca's partner to tell him the truth. He deserved to know. That night, he told me she'd moved out. He'd helped her pack all her things and carry them into my husband's house. Just like that, my life was in ruins. I couldn't believe how fast it happened. 1 week ago, I thought my biggest problem was an old bachelor party secret. Now my husband and my friend were living together, playing house before their baby arrived. I don't know how I didn't see it. Maybe I didn't want to. Maybe it was easier to believe my marriage was solid than to face the truth. But something strange has happened amid the devastation. I feel relief. Because for the first time in years, I'm not clinging to a man who never valued me. I'm not bending over backward to keep a hollow marriage afloat. I'm free. Yes, I'm heartbroken. Yes, I'm humiliated. But I'm also done carrying the burden alone. They deserve each other. And I deserve better.